What's up, y'all? We are back for another JetSet episode podcast. Before I put a video, Jets are on 5. All right, feel free to rant with this episode because I feel like we're gonna have a lot of rants and just expressions on this episode. But yeah, it's on 5. Can't get any worse than this, man. Lock in with us. We're gonna have a lot to say.
Ready. Jet
Jet
set.
set.
Go.
Go, 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 go. From the north to the mall.
Wild going down the right side at the goal line, leaving a tap. Oh, it's free call. Oh, it's a Jet touchdown.
Never too nosy. Pack my bags and go, 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 go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a shack in the post. Go, 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 go.
From the hills to the moat. Yeah, baby, yeah, we go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, oh go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah. Oh, Joe, I need some more. Hey, yeah, pronto, hydro.
Jumped out the coupe.
Knocked away by Sauce Gardner.
Smoking cookie in Atlanta, everyone you want recreation. You already know we made it. We ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap was lit, some of the trap was vacant. Junior say I'll bring the pay out, bring the pay out.
What's up, y'all? We are back. It is your boy Brent, aka Take Fight, joining me each and every week. My dog, aka JetSplanet, and Jets are on 5. Ain't no way to sugarcoat it. You know, none of us had high expectations coming into this, but like, goddamn.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to fathom right now. And yeah, Johnny, you know, we are here, man. It's tough to really process what's been going on. You know, into it soon. But Alan, you know, what's the vibe? What's your vibe this week as we are heading in to take, I guess, the Royal ass whipping? So, how do you feel about that?
I think in the past few years, I've said that the Jets haven't hit rock bottom. You know, we keep saying we've hit rock bottom. I think we've actually, if not hit rock bottom, we're damn sure close. This is about as low as it gets. 0-5. Like I look back, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is the worst Jets team." This is not the worst Jets team. That's the weird part. I guess I look, and I guess that's how I look at it. Like I look back at that Gase team. It is very much like that team was bad. That team was literally just scrubs. Like I was actually surprised we even won 2 games with that team.
Yeah.
This team, on the other hand, it's like we have pieces in place. It's just we're having these weird mental mistakes, and I think that's what's hard. The hard pill to swallow. It's like we're doing these weird mental mistakes, plus the bad defense, and then we get this suckish output from it.
Very, very, very suckish. Very, very suckish output. It's hard to watch every week, because most of these games we're in it, until we're not, until we force ourselves to be not in it. And it's always a turning point. I feel like it's always a point in the game where something happens or a blunder that we do that we just can't recover from. and it's just like a snowball effect. And I'm watching. I'm like, okay, it's like this past Sunday is 10-3. We're driving. We're going to tie the game up. 10-3. Brees Hall rips off a run, fumbles, and all of a sudden they score 14 points in 40 seconds. I'm just like, what is this life that we're living right now? What is this? This is the Twilight Zone. I don't know. But it's hard to watch because, like you said, offense really isn't the problem. And I know people are saying Justin Fields stats are in garbage time and all this and that. But you know, offense is moving the ball. We have to like look at the little creases of the bright spots, and none of those bright spots are anywhere but the offense. So our defense is trash, and this is like the one time I feel like in a long time that I've I think I've had to say that because our defense usually isn't trash. Like what's your thoughts on like the defense and like what you're seeing because um, this is hard to watch.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's a bunch of opinions online. Like everyone is an expert, whenever it comes to just tweeting. But obviously I'm no expert myself. But I will say, a lot of the pieces here were built for a defense that Salah was running. Obviously, Salah's no longer here. You bringing a guy in Wilkes who has a different mentality and different scheme. Yeah, he made that his defense work, but I think they were trying to replicate what he did over there, and it's not working. Um, I actually spent some time to really think about like what was so different. I think the biggest thing, at least to me, is the it really comes down to me Nick Bosa. Like Nick Bosa is the biggest factor. Nick Bosa is obviously an elite edge rusher. Not to say Will McDonald isn't elite, but he's not Nick Bosa. And that was really what made defense work because Bosa was getting there quickly. And he does, and I know he's injured right now, but he gets to the quarterback quick,
Yep.
is like almost instantaneous, You kind of just already know. And you got to plan your whole offensive scheme around blocking Bosa because how disruptive he is. And same thing with Glenn over there in Detroit. They're both used to having that kind of star edge rusher you don't really have to worry about that's just going to keep making plays. And
Yeah.
then from there, everything kind of just is built in from the secondary because, typically it's like a batted pass at the line or something like that. Right now, our defensive line isn't doing anything.
Nothing.
Our secondary isn't good, but it's looking even worse because our D line isn't doing a thing.
They're not getting they're not getting home at all.
Yeah, like I do appreciate they've very much improved in run defense. Also, that one Javonte Williams play, obviously, that was terrible. But
Oh God.
overall, from what I remember from last year, our run defense was terrible. Like it was horrible. Any team could just come into the game and run on us, and there was nothing we can do about it. We fixed that. I think let's give credit where it's due. We did fix that. To an extent, obviously. Like teams aren't able to just run the ball as willy-nilly as they were. But the cost of that is that we're not getting to the quarterback. And it's like even on just obvious passing situations, like all right, second down and long, second down and short or something like that. Like it's a little harder because it's unpredictable what the offense is going to do. But when it's third and long, that should be the time where. And I'm not saying you have to, get the sack, but you should at least be affecting the passer some form of way.
Yeah.
And we aren't doing that at all.
No, we're not doing that at all, bro.
Yeah. So, and it's like we go back and it's like we're overly criticizing guys like Sauce. I actually don't think Brandon Stevens has been that bad over the past few weeks. Our safeties are terrible, but they're more so bad in like just open field tackling. But the main thing that I've just seen is just our defensive line is not getting home. Um, and our
Yeah.
corners aren't good enough to just like when Salah had the whole John Franklin Myers, Bryce Huff, Quinn, like that D line was built for like coverage sacks. It's like
Mhm.
now we're not built for coverage sacks, and we're not built for a D line that can just get the sacks on their own. So it's like we don't have any sort of strong suit at all.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree. Like one of my keys to the game going into this week was we have to get sacks because we're not we're not good enough to like just cover for like 10 seconds. Like somebody's gonna get open. That always happens. If you have no pressure, somebody's gonna get open. And
Or the quarterback just runs the ball, which has
yeah,
happened a lot this season.
and yeah, this happened literally every game. Even Dak, I feel like ripped off a 15-yard run against us. Dak is not a running quarterback, and he ripped
Yeah.
off a 15-yard run. So I'm watching the game. I'm like, this does not look like Jet Jets like defensive football, right? Because it's tough to like watch people have all day to throw, and then when you on the other hand, you know, you can say Justin Fields holds the ball a little bit too long, which sometimes I think he does. Sometimes I wish he would just one read go, you know,
Yeah.
like sometimes he'll be back there just kind of holding the ball a little bit longer than what I would want to, but that's progression from what he's used to doing because he's going through his reads. But holding the ball more than 3 seconds, again, but that also alludes to the fact that we don't have another wide receiver too. Really, Mason Taylor's starting to step up, but we don't have that other option that can get open and that Justin Fields can get the ball to if Garrett isn't open. Because you can tell that most of these times he's looking at Garrett, waiting for him to get open. And if he doesn't get open in that play, and he's looking one way and then he's holding the ball too long, by then cover or protection does up and he's either stays on him or he's having to run for his life. So it's like all around it's just not good. Nothing is clicking at the same time. Like our defense might get a 3-and-out, but then our offense doesn't score. Our offense might score or get some points, and then our defense just gives it back up. It's a very frustrating position to really be in. But and then
Yeah. And
yeah, and then like
also,
our returner isn't doing nothing. Our
yeah.
new returner is like we just can't find any spark anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, and actually that part is really what has been killing me. Like, weirdly enough, Xavier Gibson has been our best returner this year. Like, I feel like ever since like, yeah, he had that fumble. At least he was fast though. Like he was getting to the 30, 35 easily.
Yeah.
We're barely getting to 20-yard line. I'm like, my gosh, bro, like it is kind of embarrassing.
I'm watching like, what are you doing? He's just catching the
Yeah.
ball. They're just catching the ball. It's like everybody's trying just not to fumble now.
Yeah, and everyone's so slow. It
Yeah,
is it is hard to watch. Like it is really hard to watch our kick returner, punt returners. Even when Isaiah Davis was out there, even when Braylon Allen was out there, which I like,
that was
it didn't really make much sense for him to really be out there.
for
I,
what?
I could understand a Arian Smith. Like, granted, I know he has his own drop issues, and I think that's why he hasn't been out there. But it's like someone that might be like, all right, this guy plays a lot, but he's really quick and he could provide some sort of spark there. Like
Yeah,
even like I wouldn't do it, but like even like a Garrett, it's like someone you think can provide a spark there. I remember Antonio Brown, he used to be a returner. Even
yeah,
though he was like
situation,
like
like
that's why he was
situation.
a star Steelers player.
Yeah, like situational like return man. You know?
Yeah, just because sometimes you just need that spark, and I get that.
Yeah,
We're just not getting that spark anywhere. Our offense actually, I don't think is bad. I just don't think it is like elite enough to keep up with the other teams scoring every single drive they want to on our defense. Like anytime the other team has momentum, they're scoring on our defense, and it's
yeah,
just like it's almost like just seamlessly and easily. It's like we just don't have an answer. I do think our offense, it's getting there actually. Like I feel pretty good about the young guys we have in there. Olu has been struggling a little bit recently, but I think he'll get it together. No, he's young. I think he'll figure it out. Membu has been honestly, I really like what Darren Muge has done on offense. You know, given the situation, like you go into the offseason, and you know you don't have a right tackle. You don't have. Well, granted, we didn't know, but AVT ended up getting hurt. Um, you don't have another weapon outside Garrett. Like he got, we don't have. Yeah, like you look at it, like he got Justin Fields. Justin Fields has been decent. Mason Taylor has been decent. Memble is arguably the best rookie in this class.
Yeah.
Um, obviously we would want a receiver outside Garrett, but there wasn't really like a guy you've seen in free agency that has really popped. You could argue like, oh, you could have gotten a better third, fourth round wide receiver. Yeah, but I feel like you're getting a little nitpicky because it's like you got to fix everything in one offseason. He fixed some core holes. Offense has been roughly average. I don't think he was expecting, nor was Glenn expecting his defense to be nearly as bad as it was. As it has been. I think we were more expecting it to be average offense, average defense. Young guys, so you might lose more games than you win, but like you feel good leaving the season because you have a young core.
Yeah, yeah, and it's hard to find any positives at 0-5, right? Because even going into this week, people are chalking that up as an L, like already. So it's like, what is it that like the team can do, like at this point to just like save face? Because 0-6, that's just like you might as well. They're already talking about having a fire sale and trading, just sending people off.
Yeah.
So it's like,
which I don't necessarily agree with.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
Like
I don't agree with that at all because, like, what are we selling? You know what I'm saying? Like
the only person we should sell is Wilkes. I think I've been very adamant that the moment I saw him week 1, I realized, oh yeah, this was a bad one. Granted, I don't fault Glenn for the hire. I understand it. Like everything around it logically made sense. He's just not good.
Yeah. Wilkes has been a big disappointment.
He just didn't adapt.
And it's hard to put it on Wilkes though, because actually, I mean,
it's very easy. I can do it right now. I can do it again, actually.
But also, it's like when you're watching what the players are putting out there on the field, it's like Wilkes isn't in helmets and shoulder pads, right? Maybe he's drawing up what needs to be called, and just we're not executing on the field.
So, and to that, I will say, from the standpoint, and granted, honestly, I don't know who made a lot of the offseason decision, like who was the decision maker, who was looked to as like, I guess, like the defensive guy, like, because at the end of the day, this is Wilk's scheme, so I have to assume he had a large say into what guys we were bringing into his scheme. Being that, like, I don't really see too many shades of what I've seen from Glenn's defense. It has really much felt like Wilk's defense, which to me they have different defensive ideologies, and that's why I'm like that was why the pairing was a little bit interesting. But with that said, like I won't really complain about like the edge rushers with Wilkes because you inherited that. I know people will say like, oh well, they should have got rid of Clemens. We had so many holes. I'm not gonna sit there and fault them for the ones they didn't get to yet. So I can't really fault you for the Clemens one, but I can fault you, and I'm gonna call him out. Sherwood has not been good. Sherwood, we made him a top 5 paid linebacker in the NFL, and Sherwood has not even looked top 20. Like he looked like he regressed from last year for the most part. Like last year, I felt like he was a good coverage linebacker.
Yeah.
he has some room to grow. Obviously, as a run defender, which actually I think he's done overall solid as a run defender. But he's really just been picked on in coverage this year. Uh, so I can't complain about the Sherwood extension. Actually, I don't really think I think the Sauce thing is overblown, so I won't really go there. But Stevens, Cisco, starting Tony Adams, I can blame you for those things because you not only chose to have those guys in, but you choose consistently to start these guys that aren't stepping up to the plate.
Yeah,
And it really goes back to sorry, last point. Like it really just goes back to these guys aren't really performing at an above like rookie level play, in my opinion. Like
mm-hmm.
if you're gonna be this bad, at least don't have them where you're paying so much. Like Stevens is getting paid like a top 20 corner right now, and he's nowhere near it. Cisco's getting paid like a top 20 safety. He's nowhere near it at like on the field right now in this scheme. Let me say that. Can they be like that on a different team? Maybe, but they're not like that here. So I will say, and maybe it's not Wilkes, maybe it's Glenn, whatever it is. You guys did a bad job of filling guys to fit your scheme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's frustrating because we've all these people that we're naming, we've seen them play good in the league, right? It's not that they just come to the Jets and they suck, right? It's you got to look at the system like to an extent, but also it's like you have to figure out what type of players that you have and put them in positions to make those plays that they're used to making, and that's what we're just not seeing out of this defense. Stevens, he has played a little bit better, like the last couple of games, but it's all in a losing effort. It's just like he'll make a play, one play, then the next play is 30 yards, down the field over somebody else's head. So it's like, all right, well, that play didn't do much for us at all. But I don't know, man. It's hard to just like think about where we should go from here because I mean, you and I were talking. You were saying, after this week, after London, is Wilkes like should Wilkes get fired? I'm like, and like I told you, I'm saying like I don't know if firing anybody would do any type of damage or make any type of change in this system right now because it's just so much. Like if we lose and we're 0-6, like what is firing our defensive coordinator going to do other than confuse everybody that's on the defense and just have everybody, I guess in the same mindset as they were last year when they were leaving London and their coach was fired. So that's how I look at it. And I don't think Glenn is going to want to fire or have Wilkes fired anyway.
I disagree. Like, do I to an extent? Like, do I think he's going to want to have him fired after next game or before next game, whatever? No. Yeah. But I don't see a path to where Wilkes is still here next year because someone's going to have to take the fall for this team.
Somebody
like someone has to take the fall for what's going on. Like unless things just magically turn around, someone's going to take the fall. Especially since it's on the defensive side. Like unless Glenn's just going to say, "All right, cool, I quit," which I really doubt he would do. I don't see Woody firing him, so I do think they put up Wilkes and say, "Hey, look, sorry, buddy, but it didn't work out."
Yeah.
Like I don't see how you can go back into the season with the same coaching staff that like you just like. Granted, obviously we don't know how the season's going to end, but as of right now, we haven't won a game. You cannot go back next year, look your team in the eyes, and say, "Yeah, we brought all the same guys. We're gonna run it back again." Because honestly, and it goes back to look at free agency, look at the draft. There are no difference makers. You're not getting anyone in free agency that's going to change your team. Like nobody, like everyone in free agency this upcoming year is either 30 plus or just ass. Like actually, ironically, a lot of the list show Jets players as some of the top players. That's the irony and how bad this upcoming free agency is.
Yeah, man.
And as for the draft, like it's like one of the worst drafts to have a top pick because everyone's just talking about the quarterbacks. So it's like,
Every
you
and,
know,
and that's every year the quarterbacks are going to get overhyped, and
yeah, but
no
this
one.
one specifically doesn't have those type of blue chip players. Like I know everyone talks about Caleb Downs, but are you going to take a safety in the top 3 picks? I wouldn't. You know, I don't think there's ever been a safety worth a top 3 pick.
Yeah, I mean, if you trade back and do something like that, I mean, knowing the Jets, towards the end of the season, we'll be playing for a top 3 pick and just kind of play our way out of it some kind of way.
Yeah.
We'll win the last 3 or 4 games and play ourselves right out of that top 3 pick or whatever. I do like Caleb Downs, but top 3, that's a little bit of a reach for me too.
Yeah,
But
I think if we were gonna go take a non QB, I like assuming we're just top there, and like obviously, I know people talk about like trading out, which is always easier said than done. I mean, if you're number one, a little bit easier.
yeah,
Um, but like trading out always because like it all comes down to like who has what pick and what are they willing to give you.
yeah,
Like for a coach and GM in this situation right now, they're not gonna trade down for anything like to most teams just because it's like unless it's like the Browns where it's like you have multiple firsts in this class.
yeah,
Uh in many teams it's like one pick down. Like those picks that they're getting won't even help them unless it like some sort of player is involved. So the guy I'm looking at is what's his name? Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. Uh Wide receiver, really good. I really love his tape. I know it's a little early to be talking about draft, but in general, I do think the one thing we're missing on this offense, and it kind of goes back to what we were saying, some sort of like spark slash difference. But I think Garrett is good. I do think you need someone else out there
yeah,
that can go and make some spark plays because
for sure.
what we're seeing now is just teams are just doubling Garrett, and it's like, all right, what are you going to do now? And it's like we don't have an answer.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't
It
have an
would
answer.
be interesting if Jeremiah Smith enters the draft conversation or if he declared.
Can he?
I don't know. I mean, I hope. I would hope so. I hope so.
I don't think he can until 2027.
2027.
I think so.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's a long ways away. I'm
Yeah, he's not eligible to 2027. It's like it's crazy because it's like he would go top 5 easily. Like
Yes.
I wouldn't even question it.
Yeah.
Like I was just like I was talking about it earlier. Like man, when you look back, man, did we screw up not getting JSN? Like at the time, it didn't really make much sense not to get him. And I love Will McDonald. Granted, like is he where we want him to be yet? No, but man, like to have gotten
Dude,
JSN with
I'll do
Garrett.
you one better. I'll do you one better. The Mekhi Becton draft when it was C.D. Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, and
Yeah, like
I think was Jefferson in that one too. I'm not sure. Probably, but
the
like
only reason I won't knock that one is because we did need an offensive tackle. Like our offensive
yeah,
line was bad. Did they pick the wrong guy? Yeah, we should have got worse. Like
yeah,
you look back, it's like all right, like that's the one I really look back and it's like, dang, you picked the
we
wrong
didn't-
guy. Like you're gonna pick a
yeah, we
tackle, pick
didn't-
the right one.
yeah, yeah.
But
Worse,
like
worse is
that
that.
one, that the reason that draft hurt so much more was that we picked an edge and we didn't need one. We basically destroy our whole defensive line, bringing in Will McDonald, bringing in Hassan Reddick, and then like it doesn't really improve much actually at all. So
Yeah,
it's just like, so why did we do that? That never made sense to me.
yeah. Now Hassan Reddick is, you know, just living it up in Tampa Bay, just winning all these
He's
thrillers.
winning. He's still not good, but like it goes back to just like that was just such poor. Like I will say, like there's things I did love about JD and Salah, but like there was just certain decisions that was just like that did not make sense. That was not logical. It wasn't beneficial. Like I don't know why we did that. So
Yeah,
um
yeah,
all that said, I do think um as bad as it looks like I'm hoping there is some sort of bright side, like some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. I think we should really like hope for some late season improvement. I am a little worried in general because
Mhm.
like and I guess and then it goes back to the whole Will McDonald thing. Like the reason why he worries me so much is because he's an older draft pick. He's
Yeah,
26. Like they drafted him like he was a 20-year-old. Like he's
yeah,
26. He's like by the time he gets off his rookie contract, he's gonna be what 28, 29?
yeah, yeah.
Assuming depending on if we do the fifth year deal.
Hmm.
Like, oh gosh.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's all just it's all cloudy right now. Like
Yeah.
the whole vision is cloudy right now. Uh, but something that just dawned on me. I guess we can do some predictions. When do you think the Jets will get their first win this season? What week?
What are we week? This is week 6 coming up.
It's week 6 in London. Yep,
Yeah, I'll say week 7.
week 7.
Yeah.
Okay, week 7 versus the Panthers.
Yep. Feel
Okay,
pretty good about that one.
and then we play the Bengals. Then we have our bye. So 2-6.
And that's the thing that's also killing me. It's like our schedule for the first time isn't like terrible.
Yeah.
Like we played the Cowboys, who had a backup O line and no CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins, they lost Tyreek mid game, and just overall haven't been good this year. Buccaneers didn't have their offensive line. I'll give them the Bills. Yeah, the Bills was
Yeah,
just they had everything. Then you could
we
put
should
that.
have won 3 games. The
You
Bucks,
should have beat the Steelers.
yeah, Steelers, Bucks, Dolphins.
Yeah, at least 2.
Yeah, at least going into London 2-3.
I would feel pretty good about 2 and 3.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
team was 2.
3.
Honestly, like I said, I would have been okay with 1 and 4 because it's a young team.
I'm gonna
Like
shit. Yeah,
look,
no, I feel it.
I like with Justin Fields, I didn't expect him to go be an MVP candidate coming out the gate. So if he would have came in here looking like he did and we had 1 and 4, like all right, cool. We could still put things together. Like obviously, I don't wouldn't want the season to end like that, but like I would still probably try to find a way of some optimism of how we could turn things around. It's just really hard at 0 and 5. Like not winning a game, about to go play a team that just beat the former Super Bowl champions. Like like it doesn't. It feels very much like we're leading towards 0 and 6. And once we get to 0 and 6, it's really deadly.
Like, how do you even get excited when we do win?
Yeah.
But what
Like,
if?
unless you go on some crazy streak.
Yeah, I was about to say, what if we win like 11 straight or something?
Yeah, like how many games is it? Yeah, it's 11. Yeah, like unless you just win every single game after that.
That
But
which
like
which would be insane, which would really be crazy. Yeah. So our next slew of games is Panthers, Bengals, bye, Browns, Patriots, Ravens. The Patriots is on Thursday Night Football, which we played good on Thursday Night Football. Then it's the Falcons, Dolphins at home. Jaguars week 15. Saints week 16. I think the Saints game will have a lot of draft implication in that game. And then we ended Patriots and Bills. So Bills could rest the last week. I don't know.
oh yeah, beat up on a secondary Bills team.
Yeah,
It's,
hopefully play Mitch Trubisky that week. But it's tough. It's tough to look at it and be like, dang, like what if we just do the impossible? What if out of nowhere the defense locks in? The first game that the defense has a turnover, they will have their second turnover in the same game. That is my prediction. That whenever we get that first, which is crazy that we haven't had a turnover in 5 weeks, that is crazy. That's like we can't even fall on the loose fumbles that other teams have. That's insane to me. I lose my marbles when another team fumbles, which every team that we played, I feel like has fumbled. We just are not able to fall on them.
Yeah, like I think right now what you're looking, well, not you specifically, but what we should be looking for is just how this team closes out.
Yeah.
I remember that, like, I guess because the closest thing we can really look at is that Lions team that Glenn was the defensive coordinator on. I remember things were looking really atrocious for them too, but there was some optimism about the way they closed it. Like, it was a very fiery way, because I remember that's when Dan Campbell started the whole like just go for it, because he was like, we got nothing to lose.
Yeah. We're always-
like,
yeah.
yeah, he was like, we're owning whatever. Like, it was just like ridiculous. Just go for it. Fuck it. So I wonder what Glenn's philosophy will be, but like stuff like that does get a team going, especially you say fuck it, I'm gonna go for it on 4th and 10, and then you complete it, and it's like, wow, that was a ballsy move, but it worked. That like little things like that is what gets things clicking and turning, and you start, because right now I think there's just a lack of confidence and there's a lack of belief that it can get done. I think the heart, like, we're like, as everyone keeps saying, we're beating ourselves. I think there is this like a belief issue in New York right now,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's like we go out there and it's like we feel like it's like, as long as we believe the Jets curse is a thing, and I say we like as if we're playing, but as long as the players believe the Jets curse is a thing, it will keep happening.
Yeah.
It's not until you say like, oh no, that was just bullshit.
Yeah.
That's when you can actually go out there and not really worry about some dumb mistake ruining your game.
Exactly. And as fans, we see it when we watch the game, right? Like, it's like we drive all the way down the field, fumble, even though we're only down 3 points. We see our team, like, we see the team, like, oh man, like, it's like Brees is on the ground, like, like, get up, run to the sideline, say my bad, and then do it over, and, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, it's kind of like this whole give up mentality. Oh, we made a mistake, game over. It's like, no, like,
yeah,
you can
no,
still win this game. You
yeah,
aren't down, like, and it kind of, it's more so it starts with the defense just playing give up football at that point. Like, I feel
yeah,
like a mistake happens, and instead of the defense coming out like, oh no, we got to go make sure we get the offense back up and let them know that we got them. It's like, all right, screw it, we lose. It's like,
it's like,
you
all right,
can't play
y'all,
like that.
it's like, all right, y'all don't fumble the ball. What y'all expect us to do? Go get a stop, like, stop, like,
Yeah.
we
At
can,
least, like, you
yeah,
don't even have to stop a touchdown. Like, stop like, make them go to a field goal at least, so the
yeah,
offense doesn't feel like, I got to go back and now I'm down double touchdowns, and it just like it feels like such a large gap at that point.
like, I
And at
need,
that point, I don't even think it was double touchdown. I think it was
it was only
if
10
we
to
were
3.
down
It
by
was
like
10 to
10 or
3.
whatever, and then it was
It
the
was 10
Javante
to,
Williams touchdown.
it was 10-3 before they
Yeah,
have, like, with like a minute and a half left, 10-3.
yeah,
We fumble the ball, okay, whatever. They go all the way down. Javante rips that run off. All down the field, they score. 3 and out for us. They get the ball back. They score. I'm like, bro, what is going on? This
yeah,
is
yeah.
insane.
I remember Saleh used to say complimentary football, which we're doing it. We're just doing it the wrong way. We're supposed to do it the opposite way. It's like we're complimentary losing the game. I think if we could find a way to just turn that around, I
Yeah,
honestly, like, I do think like it doesn't feel like, when I watch a team, it doesn't feel like a talent issue a lot of times.
it's
It
not.
seems like a full mentality issue.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why when I post stuff on my page recently, I've been posting like little motivational stuff and like tagging players. I posted that video of Sauce when he was a kid, saying that he's gonna go all pro and all that stuff. And I tagged Sauce, and he saw the story. So I'm hoping he gets a pick this Sunday in London. You know, who knows? Who knows if he get his head around? But I need, like,
Yeah.
show them why you number one, bro. Because this is insane. All the Sauce hate and Fields hate.
Honestly, I think this, like, and actually, let's talk about that, because I think the Sauce hate is so overblown. Like everyone's sitting there, like I don't know. Like, all right, last year I kind of understood the Sauce hate because it was the entire thing of like Sauce kept getting like anytime there was a run play, you just knew Sauce was about to be a liability.
Mhm.
Sauce completely flipped that this year. I feel like like every time the ball is going Sauce's way,
Just tackle.
Sauce is he's putting his body on the line. I respect that about him. Completely flipped that about his game. Obviously, I feel like honestly, I feel like the plays he's gotten beaten on this year have been like I hate to say luck, but like a lot of it really does feel like luck because like even like that George Pickens play from the last game. In most cases, you don't throw that. I think the only thing that's like, okay, you probably throw that is because Sauce isn't going to get his head around. So you kind of just take the chance that, it's probably going to be offensive pass interference, worst case scenario. And then he ends up leading up for it was really unlucky. So it sucks.
And he pushed off twice. That
He
was
did push off twice.
that was like that part about it. Like if it was just them just straight sprinting, and George Pickens just got behind there, I would have been like, okay. But Sauce was literally with him every step of the way until, well, the first push off, Sauce got past. The second one really made room for Pickens to just kind of like catch that easily. And I'm like, bro, they just called that on Gary Wilson the week before. Like, how is this not a thing in NFL officiating where it's like, hey, hold on, this is like Sauce is one of the best corners in the league now. Like,
Well,
clearly he pushed off.
I will say the reason why Sauce will never get that call is because Sauce is known for being handsy. So from a referee perspective, they don't know who initiated it. Like that's always controversial. So if they're not gonna they're just not gonna call it because Sauce is also pushing with his hands. Now, if Sauce doesn't touch him and he doesn't, extend his hand as well, they're calling that 99% of the time. But the moment Sauce also uses his hand to try to grab, like he didn't grab, but he used his hand as if he was going to grab.
Mhm.
Like refs do have that thing. Like I don't know if it's a social media thing or whatever, but like
Yeah,
I feel like the refs have this thing in their heads. Like before Sauce even does it, they already got the flag ready that he's gonna hold.
yeah, which is a bad take.
Yeah.
Like from the refs, but the Sauce hate. Let's relax on the Sauce hate, man, because he's still top corner in the league.
All right.
And
Not
he
top,
been
but
playing.
he's a top.
Yeah,
He's one of the top.
yeah. Like he's an A top.
Sertan is still that dude. I was watching some Sertan, like, bro, that dude is different.
No, for sure. But it's like Sertan still gets beat too. He has flags calling him too. But I don't see Denver fans like, oh, Sertan sucks. Like, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is there so much Sauce hate from not just like within the league, but with Jets fans too? Like,
Yeah,
let's
not to mention Sauce has Sauce. Sertan has one of the better D lines in football right now. Nick Bonito is going insane right now.
and if you really think back to Sauce's rookie year, that D line was crazy.
They were
Sauce was
playing out their minds, yeah.
Sauce was getting picks in there. Like Sauce picked off Josh Allen, and almost ran it back, like because of that crazy D line. So a good D line is always a recipe or always an ingredient for great cornerback play. Sauce has been playing very good this year. If you look at what the D line has been giving them like to work with, because you give any receiver and quarterback ample amount of time, they're gonna get open, right? But
Yeah.
like Sauce is literally playing DBs play football backwards. But but uh but yeah, man, like I really hope Sauce like shuts down some of the haters this weekend. I'm still gonna start Cortland Sutton just because in fantasy I have him in a league. I'll start him.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just tough to kind of see all this Sauce hate, knowing that he's still that guy. And that one play, like before that play, Pickens was locked down, y'all. He wasn't getting
Yeah,
nothing.
he was though.
I'm thinking he might have had like maybe one catch for like 7 yards before that play. Like he was getting locked up. So let's not feed into that narrative. But yeah. Yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to say about us going forward. I mean, this Sunday, we'll see how it goes, man. But it's tough to have hope and to wake up early, for that
Yeah,
game.
especially the waking up early part. And it's like,
Yeah,
dang.
I'll be up. I'll be up. I'll be up, and I'm gonna watch it.
Dang. What time is it for you?
Like 8:30.
Dang. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you're an hour earlier. Dang.
yeah, it's whatever. Just as soon as
Yeah,
I wake.
imagine if you're in Cali, like Pacific time zone.
Yeah,
Like what,
Pacific. That's like
6:30?
6:30. Yeah, 6:30.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I'm just gonna, as soon as I wake up, just turn the TV on and just sleep through the.
I guess the good thing is you kind of can get out the emotions before,
Oh yeah, yeah,
even before the 4:30 games this time.
yeah.
Typically, that's typically how I'm mad for. Like in general, like I'll be like
Mhm.
frustrated from the time the game ends till about whenever the 8 o'clock game starts.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna be able to watch football with no stress for the majority of the day.
Yeah.
That's cool. And we already expect what we're gonna have going on during the game anyway. So
I understand that. I do really hope that like Glenn does start to get this like effort mentality though. Like I don't think it needs to be like perfect, but like I do feel like we have this such like conservative, like
mhm,
methodical thought process, which it's
mhm.
fine, but it's like our defense isn't really made for this methodical,
Yeah,
uh, I guess ideology.
yeah,
Especially on offense. It's like I get it. You have this run first offense, but like a lot of times, shit hits the fan, and then now we can't pivot.
yeah. Like
I would like to see us just go guns blazing. Throw the rookies out there. See what you
yeah,
have. Let's see what Aaron Smith can do.
yeah,
Let's see what Thomas can do. I want to see some.
yeah. Give Aaron Smith the go ball first play. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. Justin Fields.
I'd be okay with losing like that.
Yeah, Justin Fields, you can throw a pick. I don't care. Okay, we get it. You're good. Like you're trying not to mess up. It's cool. We appreciate that. But you know, I low key miss the effort. Go balls and just throw it up. We don't have to. We we play with urgency when we're down 20 points. Let's start the game off pretending like we're down 20 points, and let's see how.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah.
We can still
Especially
win.
we already know how it's gonna work.
Yeah,
Sertan's gonna be one on one with Garrett. You know,
yeah, yeah.
like, and I'm not gonna lie, Sertan has had his way with Garrett over the past few years. If they if
Garrett's
they
had his
try to
few,
go into that game, sorry, say it again.
no, I'm saying Garrett has had his few catches here and there too over Sertan too.
I can tell you right now, the six are not on Garrett's side against Sertan. We can go back every time they just play the Broncos. Garrett has one of his worst games.
Well, probably.
It's just that's what's been the history. And I'm not gonna go. I could pull up like let's
No,
say
no, yeah,
last
I
year.
believe it. I just remember Garrett had one good catch over Sertan last year in that 9-6 stinker in the rain that again we should have won.
Yeah, I'm not just going off of last year. I'm going off like the past few years.
Yeah,
Like I remember it was like his second year. Like Sertan had him at like 9 yards or something like that. Nonetheless, like regardless, we know that's their strategy. They're gonna go put Sertan one on one with Garrett. They're gonna trust that he can guard him and lock him up, and they're gonna try to force us to pass to somebody else. So I think there's no other way to like really stress them out than to just have Aaron Smith just go straight. Don't overthink it. Just go straight. They're not playing. They're gonna think first play we're gonna run it. So just run down the field.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They know the first play we're probably gonna hang the ball off.
That's
Let's
what they
just do,
think at least.
let's just do a play, and if we know it, they definitely know it.
Yeah.
Let's just play action Aaron Smith bomb because we sent Garrett Wilson on the hitch and Sertan is sitting there with him in the flat and nobody was looking at number 82 on film, and now he's running down the field wide open. Like let's just like how the Broncos shocked the Eagles. Matter of fact, I think we can win. I think we can win if we
Yeah.
if we get out of our own head and we really try to shake some stuff up. We can win
Yeah, and there's no better time to just see like what you have in a young guy than to be 0-5 and got nothing to lose. To be honest,
in
like
London.
I know Fields gonna care about his stat. Like you have 4 touchdowns, best passer rating you've ever had in your career. I think you can afford a pick. Like, and honestly, like you're not trying to get a pick. Don't like obviously if he's super covered, like safety over the top, don't force it. But shit, if it's out there, do it. Otherwise, just throw it out of bounds or something. But I think it would definitely be a statement. It would
Yeah,
definitely keep the Broncos a little bit more on their toes because now you don't know what to expect.
yeah. Like let's just come out guns blazing. Like I said, let's just start the start the game like we're down 20 with some
Mhm.
urgency. Just play like that all game. We're in London. Let's give them a show. They don't want to see us run the ball every like 7 plays straight. Okay, let's the time for methodicalness is past. We might as well we might as well
Yeah,
run 4 verticals every other play at this point. If I'm being completely honest, but
yeah, no, I'm with you.
yeah, but yeah, man. Coming up on an hour. That's all I really had to say. It's not much. Oh, I had expectations coming into this week after being on 5. It's just like you know, but
Oh
I
my
do predict
gosh,
this. I do predict that our first win comes week 7 though against Carolina at home.
Nick Bonito has 7 sacks. I didn't even know it was that many.
7 sacks. Wow. Okay. Well,
That's insane.
yeah. Well, he'll definitely,
7 in 5 games is crazy.
he'll definitely get another one because teams. I've seen what the scouting report on our offense has been. It has been blitz them every 2 plays. Every
But that's
two.
what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to blitz when like you feel like like I'll say this, right? Garrett doesn't go deep. Our
Yeah.
next best player at the team believe is Mason Taylor, which like even if he were to go deep, Mason Taylor's not that like he's a tight end, so he's kind of limited. So it's
Yeah.
like you can't like the worst is gonna happen is like a 5 to 10 yard gain. And if you lose that like one time, because it's not gonna happen every time, especially because we want to run the ball so much, you kind of take your chances. Like math says, more times than not, we're gonna run it than pass. So that's why I say just bomb it up to Aaron Smith. That is the one thing
Yeah.
that is not in the calculation.
Just bomb it, bro. Like that's like why not shoot bomb it to if you see Patrick Surtain and Garrett 1-on-1, bomb it at him.
All right, don't do that.
Throw it up to
don't do
Garrett.
that.
Like,
Don't do
like,
that.
throw it up
Don't
to
do that.
Garrett. Shit,
Don't do
like,
that. Don't do that.
like
Do not do that.
throw it up to Garrett, man. Throw it up to
Don't do it.
throw it
Don't
up
do
to
it.
Lazard or something, man.
Justin, are you listening to me? Lazard's not even going to be there. Actually,
Oh yeah, he's not even gonna be
he
there.
is
Throw it up,
personal. I don't even know what that means. Personal.
throw it up,
What?
throw it up
I've
to
never
Garrett.
heard that.
Throw it to Garrett first play. I don't care if Patrick Surtain is on him. You
I
throw
do
it to him
care.
first play, and if he picks off, he picks it off. And if he
I
doesn't,
care.
if he
Don't do that.
doesn't, Garrett Wilson's probably gonna catch it. All right,
You know what I was thinking about earlier today? I feel like Garrett Wilson's like our Eric Decker.
Eric, no, go on, no, Eric Decker.
Like, yeah. Like
I feel like
Eric Decker,
he's like our Santonio Holmes, prime Santonio.
maybe. I don't know. The reason I say Eric Decker because I think the best like another comparison I had was Devonta Smith. I do think like he's
Yeah,
missing his AJ Brown or Brandon Marshall. Like you
yeah,
get him like that. Like I think it'll change the dynamic of the offense so much.
it definitely will.
Um,
It definitely will. Don't get him. I mean, at this point, it's like who wants to get traded to an 0-5 team? It's at this.
No, I would say trades are the picture. That's why I started looking at draft.
Yeah,
Maybe even next year, I don't know. It really depends on how we finish the year. But yeah, it is going to be hard to recruit anybody from another team. maybe you can get a guy that just loves Fields, like maybe a Chris Olave still, just because like I rather lose and play with Fields than
DJ Moore.
maybe DJ Moore. I don't know why DJ Moore would do it, to be honest, because like where he's at in his career, DJ Moore is how old now? Like I think he's 29.
If I gets 29.
Yeah, 28, turning 29. I think he'd rather go to a contender, being that he's always been on losing teams. But maybe he really did like it. Like he was getting the ball with Fields, they were making it work. So maybe.
Yeah.
But those are probably the two calls I would make just to see. But I would say like could be potentially unlikely. But draft is always open. Even if we don't have like the number one pick, like there's always guys that get hyped up. I brought up Jordan Tyson. I don't know what pick he's gonna go, but there's Jordan Tyson. There's a couple other guys, and by the time the end of the year comes up, it's always different guys.
Yeah.
But I definitely would love a guy that's like that kind of goes on the modern offense. Get a quick dude that could just win 1-on-1 because
Yeah,
you need someone that can win 1-on-1 and let Garrett get 1-on-1. Because if Garrett's 1-on-1, he's catching the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all we need is just somebody that can opposite of Garrett that is actually a threat. So not just somebody who's just out there for cardio. We need like
He'll
a
open up the offense so much, even with Fields. To be honest, I
we
think
need
if
like
you
a,
keep
we need like an
Fields,
AJ.
still build around him.
We need like an AJ Brown type of receiver or something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody. I really don't want to draft another rookie guy.
The thing is, because we just paid Garrett, it's the smartest thing to do would be to just draft somebody because contract wise, they would mesh out a little bit better. Otherwise, it's just like you're paying a lot of guys. Like you're paying Fields, you're paying Garrett. To pay another guy, it's like it's a lot of money to offense. Unless like you really do believe they can be like Cincinnati, but I think that's hoping for a lot.
Yeah, it's it's a lot we need to hope for.
Yeah.
The rest of the way this season, but yeah, that's all I have for tonight, though, man. Hopefully, we're in better spirit. Well, I mean, yeah. Hopefully, we're in better spirits coming into next week's episode.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, just 0-5, 0-6. That's just crappy. All right.
Yeah, we're just making the best out of a situation right now.
No, like this is. I'm sure this is how we feel at every Jets game this year so far.
Yeah.
I fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Yeah, that always keeps you weak.
What? Like, why are you doing this to us?
Yeah.
But it's cool. We're the Jets and we're built for this shit, right? That's the quote of the year. But yeah. Signing off. We'll see y'all next week, man. Coming up on the hour. Appreciate everybody who locked in. Go Yanks. Down 4-1 right now. Hopefully make a little comeback.
Yeah, I got it over here.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right, y'all.